the lessons that I learned from a 5-day water fast. So it wasn't last week, it was the week before. I did a 5-day water fast, but I did it sort of accidentally. I wasn't planning to do 5 days of no eating. I didn't think I could actually live through no eating for 5 days. I didn't think my family would live through no eating for 5 days. So I regularly do an intermittent fast. At most days during the week, I do a 16-8 fast. So I eat for 8 hours, don't eat for 16 hours. And then every so often, probably every week, I do a 1-day full fast. And then more recently, in the last month or so, I said, you know what, I'm going to do a 2-day fast. And more so, it's for health reasons health reasons, and also I find it saves time on you actually making meals. Quite a bit of time. And definitely, they said the benefits of detoxing your body, giving your body a bit of a rest, so on and so forth, and helps with longevity also. So I thought, I've done a two-day fast. I might do another 2-day fast and see how I feel, and then I might do 3. And so I got to 2 days. If anyone that's done a fast before, if you need to really build up to it. And I did a 2-day fast. I finished it off. Last time I ate was a Sunday night, and then on Tuesday night, I sort of put out a post to friends and all, and said, do you think I should go for 3? And they said, yeah, go for 3. I went, okay, and I felt pretty good. I felt like I still had quite a bit of energy. I was starting to feel a little bit lethargic on Tuesday afternoon, but overall felt okay. I had the hunger pangs and everything else, but not really dire. And it made me, when I first started this as well, one thing that I told myself is this is as much a mental game, and it's more a mental game and a more a mental challenge than it is physical. So if you can get over the physical side of things, which is distracting yourself or just not even thinking about eating at all, you can get over this. Monks have done it. I was really actually trying to see what I could, if I could emulate what a monk does. I was nowhere near it, but what I was looking to challenge myself is in that idea of how do I create that self-discipline, and how I can prove to myself as well that everything that we do, that a large part of it is a mental game. So I got to 3 days. I went, holy moly, this is great. What do I do after that? And then I had some friends going, you're at the hardest point. Keep going. And so being sort of the competitive self that I am, I went, you know what? If my friends can do it, I don't see why I can't. And they're telling me the 3rd day is the hardest. And if the 3rd day I can get through the 3rd day, wonder what, it was like, what's it going to be like over the hill on the other side? And that's when, again, I realized that with everything that we're doing, once we can get over the hump and the challenge and the hardest bit, what follows from there tends to be a lot easier. And it may still be humpy, it may still be sort of, you've got hurdles, but you have trained your mind and your body to be able to tune itself to take on the challenges. So on day 4, I woke up feeling really energetic. The 3 days, I realized how much it was sort of the feeling of eating that I was missing, or just sitting down with family and eating. Like I was still part of like meals with my family, but I wasn't doing the whole, physical eating, obviously. Day 4 I felt fantastic, and then day 5 it was, it was almost like I could keep going. And I actually felt by the end of it, I mean, physically I felt fantastic. I felt like I still had a lot of energy. That feeling of lethargy had gone away. But again, I looked back at it to be able, and the reason why I did, there's a few reasons why I wanted to do the challenge. One, was to be able to detox myself. We'd been in isolation mode. We'd been sort of eating not the very best and all of that. And I could feel like physically I wasn't feeling at my peak. And for me, if I'm not feeling physically at my best, I'm not feeling, mentally at my best as well. I read how it also improves. So one, I want to detox my body and give my body a bit of a rest. My stomach and everything else a little bit of a rest. Two, I've been told that it was great for your mental focus. And again, when your brain is fuzzy from, say for example, I get gluten intolerance, so I get actually gluten drunk. And when my brain's fuzzy, I don't function very well. So I wanted to be able to see what it did to be able to help me hone down my focus and be more productive. And absolutely, like, for whatever reason, particularly with day 3 onwards, my focus was really spot on. I knew what I needed to do. Like, I wasn't distracted by 500 little things. And again, it was a reminder of how, when we have control over our minds, that we are able to not be goldfish and not be attracted by all the shiny little things, but to be focused on the task at hand. 3, it was the mental challenge around what we say to ourselves in life and in business. What are we saying to ourselves constantly that yes, we can do it, no, we can't? Because I know the moment that I said I could do it, I could do it. But never in my life did I ever think that I would go 5 days without eating. It just didn't make sense. It's not something that most people do, and you sort of go, why would you want to do that at all, And I love food, so it's not like I don't love food. How could I apply it to my business and the mindset, sort of tuning the mindset around that? And it has really made me look at, in everything that we're going through, if you're able to say that one is something is going to be easy, first of all, my question is, do you look at something and say that it's easy, or it's going to be exciting, or do you look at do you look at it and say to yourself, this is going to be really hard and it's going to be really challenging? Depending on which one, and this is again what a lesson that I learned, depending on which one you decide to choose, and when you set in as your belief system, is the way that it will end up being carried forward. So because I said to myself at the beginning, I can do 2 days, not a problem. I could do 2 days. And the other thing that I did was I put it out there into the world as well, so that I wasn't going to be letting anyone down, because I didn't want to let myself down. I wanted to put it out there to say, I want them to make me accountable. Because the world is seeing it, damn it, it will look pretty bad if I said I'm going to do 3 days and I haven't. And what was my excuse? Well, I gave up. I don't want to give up. It's never about giving up. So it was that sort of challenge around my mindset. How can I train my mind to be able to look at things and create a positive twist to something which might seem on the face of it a bit challenging or hard or impossible, because we can create magic and things out of things which we might have thought were impossible, similar to our business. And the 4th thing was really to, again, inspire other people to look at, to be able to say, she's done it. Hey, I'm going to maybe take the small steps that she did to be able to do that. Similar thing in our businesses. If we're able to emulate the people that we've seen that have created success in their lives, and that's the whole idea of having mentors and coaches, people who you can look up to and say, hey, this is what I want to achieve. How do I go through this? And this is the other thing I forgot to mention, having a coach or mentor, even having someone, an accountability partner. So I spoke, a friend of mine reached out, and he's done, hi Richard, if you're not listening, thanks so much for your encouragement. Richard's done a 20-day juice fast. And we talked about sort of the fasting and what I was experiencing and so on and so forth. So it was really good to be able to then go on a journey with someone on this and be guided and be able to be, to bounce ideas or my thoughts around. Similarly, apply that to business. Like, how do we create success is when you're surrounding yourself with people who know what you're feeling, know what you're going through, are able to bounce ideas off, and again, keep you accountable. Like, I've got a team of colleagues who are my accountability partners, and they do follow up, say, hey, you said you were going to do this, what's happening? Why that's important is because for you to be able to get to here, there are all these steps you need to take to get there. But it's all about incremental steps. One by one by one by one by one until you get there. So if you implement discipline and fine-tuning your mindset, having a team around you, which are your cheerleaders, your coaches, your mentors, your accountability partners, it just means that it ticks off so many of the boxes where, failure is not really an option, because you've done the steps that you need to do to be able to get to where you want to be. It might take you left and right and all bound bends, but you are moving forward to be able to get you to where you want to be and to get the success that you are working towards. And so that's where I found one of the best things of doing this 5-day fast was the lessons behind it that I could apply to myself personally and to my business. So I'm going to ask you, if anyone's done a fast before, please share with me what your experiences or what it was like, whether you loved it, you hated it, it was just terrible, never want to do it again. I love food too much. I'll be honest, I think I've made up for the 5 days I didn't eat already. But again, that's another thing about discipline. But also, if you have done one or if you haven't, just talk about what are the things that you do to sort of challenge yourself in terms of fine-tuning your discipline and your mental strength. What are the things you do? And it could be sport, could be meditation, all sorts of things. It'd be great to see what everyone does differently, to be able to, again, fine-tune that machine in your head to operate at a high level of success. Have a great afternoon. I'll chat to you later. Bye.